Max Holloway, born Jerome Max Keeley Holloway on December 4, 1991, in Honolulu, Hawaii, is a name synonymous with resilience, determination, and excellence in the world of mixed martial arts, MMA. From his humble beginnings in Waianae, Hawaii, to becoming one of the most dominant champions in UFC history, Holloway's journey is nothing short of remarkable. Holloway's upbringing was far from easy. Raised in a neighborhood known for its challenges, he faced adversity from a young age. His parents, both struggling with addiction, were unable to provide a stable home environment. His father, Mark Holloway, left the family when Max was just 11 years old, leaving him and his siblings to navigate the difficulties of life in Waianae largely on their own. Despite these challenges, Holloway found solace and direction in combat sports. At the age of 15, he joined Team Ruthless to train in kickboxing, marking the beginning of his journey in martial arts. Holloway's transition to mixed martial arts, MMA, was a natural progression from his background in kickboxing. Under the guidance of his coaches and mentors, he quickly began to excel in the sport, showcasing a level of talent and determination that set him apart from his peers. Just 3 days after starting his training, Holloway stepped into the ring for his first amateur bout and emerged victorious. This early success only fueled his passion for the sport and laid the foundation for what would become a storied career in MMA. Holloway made his professional MMA debut in 2010 at the age of 18. Despite his youth and relative inexperience, he wasted no time in making an impact, rattling off wins against seasoned opponents and showcasing his dynamic fighting style. By the time he was 19, Holloway had already amassed an impressive record of 4-0, catching the attention of fans and promoters alike. His ability to seamlessly blend striking techniques with grappling and submission skills made him a formidable opponent in the featherweight division. In 2012, Holloway received the call that would change the course of his career, an opportunity to make his UFC debut on short notice against seasoned veteran Dustin Poirier. Despite the odds stacked against him, Holloway accepted the challenge without hesitation, demonstrating his willingness to take on tough opponents under any circumstances. Although he came up short in his UFC debut, Holloway's performance caught the eye of UFC President Dana White, who recognized his potential and signed him to a multi-fight contract. From there, Holloway's journey to the top of the featherweight division was set in motion. Holloway's path to the featherweight title was not without its challenges. Along the way, he faced off against some of the toughest competitors in the division, including Ricardo Lamas, Cub Swanson, and Jeremy Stevens. In 2016, Holloway earned his shot at the interim UFC Featherweight Championship in a highly anticipated showdown against former lightweight champion Anthony Pettis at UFC 206. Despite Pettis missing weight for the bout, Holloway delivered a dominant performance, securing a third-round TKO victory and earning his first taste of UFC gold. Holloway's victory over Pettis marked the beginning of his reign as the undisputed UFC featherweight champion. Over the next few years, he would go on to defend his title against a who's who of the featherweight division, solidifying his status as one of the greatest champions in UFC history. One of the defining moments of Holloway's championship reign came at UFC 212 in 2017 when he faced off against Jose Aldo, the long-reigning champion, in a title unification bout. Despite facing early adversity in the fight, Holloway weathered the storm and rallied to secure a third-round TKO victory, cementing his status as the undisputed king of the featherweight division. Throughout his championship reign, Holloway demonstrated his mastery of the sport with a series of dominant performances against the top contenders in the division. His trilogy with Aldo in particular showcased his evolution as a fighter, with each fight ending in decisive victories for Holloway. In addition to his victories over Aldo, Holloway also notched wins against the likes of Frankie Edgar, Brian Ortega, and Calvin Kattar. further solidifying his status as one of the greatest featherweights of all time. In 2019, Holloway made the bold decision to move up to the lightweight division for a highly anticipated rematch against Dustin Poirier. Despite coming up short in the bout, Holloway's willingness to challenge himself against larger opponents demonstrated his fearless attitude and ambition. Although he ultimately fell short in his bid for the lightweight title, Holloway's foray into the 155-pound division only served to further cement his reputation as one of the most versatile and skilled fighters in MMA. In January 2021, Holloway faced Calvin Kattar in a highly anticipated showdown at UFC on ABC 1. Displaying his trademark precision striking and relentless pace, Holloway dominated Kattar for all 5 rounds, showcasing his exceptional boxing skills and setting numerous UFC records in the process. Despite Kattar's toughness and resilience, Holloway's performance was nothing short of spectacular. His post-fight antics, including a memorable exchange with the commentary team, the bold declaration of being the best boxer in the UFC, only added to the spectacle of the event. Following his impressive victory over Kattar, Holloway was slated to face Yair Rodriguez later in the year. However, a setback forced him to withdraw from the bout, delaying their highly anticipated matchup. In November 2021, Holloway finally squared off against Rodriguez at UFC Fight Night 197. Despite the extended layoff, Holloway showed no signs of rust, delivering another masterful performance against a dangerous opponent. With his trademark volume striking and relentless pressure, he outclassed Rodriguez throughout 5 rounds, earning a unanimous decision victory and further solidifying his status as one of the top fighters in the featherweight division. In 2022, Holloway was slated to face Alexander Volkanovski for the UFC Featherweight Championship at UFC 272. However, a last-minute injury forced him to withdraw from the bout, postponing their highly anticipated trilogy matchup. Despite the setback, Holloway remained determined to reclaim the featherweight title and began his road to recovery, in preparation for their rescheduled bout later in the year. In July 2022, Holloway finally faced Volkanovski in their long-awaited trilogy bout at UFC 276. Despite his valiant efforts, Holloway came up short against the reigning champion, losing via unanimous decision. Despite the outcome, the trilogy between Holloway and Volkanovski remains one of the most storied rivalries in UFC history, with each fighter pushing the other to their limits in their 3 epic encounters. In April 2023, Holloway faced Arnold Allen at UFC on ESPN 44. Displaying his trademark striking prowess and Octagon control, he secured a unanimous decision victory over the tough British contender, further cementing his status as one of the top featherweights in the world. In April 2024, Holloway faced Justin Gaethje in a highly anticipated lightweight bout at UFC 300 for the symbolic BMF, Baddest Motherfucker, belt. In a fight that lived up to the hype, Holloway and Gaethje engaged in a 5-round war, with both fighters showcasing their incredible heart and determination. In the final seconds of the 5th round, Holloway secured a dramatic knockout victory, tying the record for the latest knockout win in UFC history and capturing the BMF championship in the process. His performance earned him a staggering $600,000 in post-fight bonuses, further solidifying his status as one of the sport's biggest stars. Max Holloway's impact on the sport of mixed martial arts extends far beyond his accomplishments inside the Octagon. As a role model and ambassador for the sport, he has inspired countless fans and aspiring athletes with his perseverance, humility, and dedication to his craft. Whether he's captivating audiences with his fighting prowess or serving as a positive influence in his community, Holloway continues to leave an indelible mark on MMA. His willingness to overcome adversity and face his challenges head-on serves as a source of inspiration for people around the world. In a sport defined by its relentless pursuit of greatness, Max Holloway stands out as a true embodiment of the fighter's spirit. From overcoming adversity in his youth to achieving championship glory in the UFC, he has remained steadfast in his pursuit of excellence. As he continues to carve out his legacy in mixed martial arts, one thing is certain: Max Holloway's journey is far from over, and his impact on the sport will be felt for generations to come. Whether he's competing inside the Octagon or making a difference in his community, Holloway's dedication, humility, and unwavering spirit serve as an inspiration to us all.